Hello everyone, my name is Kashish Kumari and this is the first video in the series Python for Data Science. So first of all, what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence or AI is the technology that enables computers to do tasks that typically require human intelligence. So we are basically mimicking human intelligence. We can find AI in voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, and we have also heard of ChatGPT, Gemini. We all use these platforms. So this is all example of AI. Next, what is machine learning? Machine learning is nothing but a subdomain of AI in which we teach algorithms to learn from data rather than through programming. So, in traditional computer science algorithms, we code the logic in the program. So, let's say we have an algorithm, we will feed it some input. There will be some logic through which the algorithm is going to give us some output. But in machine learning model, we will feed the model both input as well as the output, and the model will try to figure out the logic through which we reached the output. And now, once it gives us the logic, we can feed some new input to the model, and it will give us the corresponding predicted output. Next, what is data science? Data science is the science of analyzing raw data using statistical or machine learning techniques to draw useful conclusions from the data. Now, what is raw data? Raw data is basically unprocessed data. It is data in its original form. We have not arranged it, we have not tried to process it into a more useful format. For example, if we take the example of marks of students, um, if the marks are in any order, different subjects marks and they're in any order, we can say that that is raw data. But if we arrange the marks, let's say in ascending order, if we group the marks of different subjects, then that is processed data or structured data. So, applications of data science finds its applications in many fields. For example, we all use e-commerce websites like Amazon, Flipkart, and we all use platforms like Netflix, YouTube, Prime Video. So they recommend us what to buy, they recommend us what to watch. These are all examples of data science. Even in healthcare predictions or customer behavior analysis like marketing, targeted ads, if you search for a product, let's say on Google, you can pretty much expect to get an ad, like to be shown an ad of that product on YouTube. So all of this is because of artificial intelligence and data science and machine learning. Next, we will talk about big data. So big data is nothing but very large amounts of data, and the size of this data is so huge that traditional data management tools cannot store, manage, or process it. We need special tools and technologies like Hadoop and Spark to manage this big data. And why we need big data? The idea behind it is that the bigger our data sets, the better insights we can gain from them. And these data sets, these huge data sets, we can analyze them to find patterns and trends that are otherwise hard to see. Big data can be found in a variety of places. For example, social media. There are billions of posts, photos, comments on different platforms. Even our purchase history and reviews in e-commerce websites, or our transactions and fraud detection data in banking and finance. In healthcare sector, there are medical records and MRI images, genome data, smart devices, sensors in phones, cars, wearables, government and research, satellite images, census data. So, big data can be found in many sectors. Why is big data important? Because we can analyze it to find hidden patterns and trends. And these trends can help companies predict future behavior, like what customers will buy. It helps the companies to make better decisions. It improves decision making, security, health, and technology. And now to get an idea about how big is big data. So, Big data is usually measured in terabytes, petabytes, or even exabytes. As we can see in the slides, 1 terabyte is 1000 GB, 1 petabyte is 1000 TB. And there is no fixed size for big data, but anything that cannot be handled using normal or traditional softwares is termed as big data. There are the features of big data are also known as four V's of big data. The first is volume, the amount of big data. Big data has a huge amount of size. The velocity, the second V is velocity, the speed at which data is created or processed. For example, live tweets, real time GPS tracking. So the speed is very fast. Variety, there are different types of data. It could be text, images, video, audio, sensor data, etc. And the veracity or the trustworthiness of the quality of data. Some data can also be false or incomplete. Next, we talk about working with data, the key steps. First step is read data. So read data is basically importing or loading the data from files or databases or online sources so we can work with it. Next is data manipulation. Data manipulation is changing or adjusting the data, like selecting certain columns or filtering certain rows, merging tables or converting the formats. Then we have summarizing data. Summarizing is creating quick summaries like averages, totals, counts, minimum or maximum values to understand the overall picture. Next, data cleaning, which is fixing errors or removing duplicate data, handling missing values, making the data consistent and more usable. Next, we have visualization. That is making graphs and charts like bar charts, line charts, pie charts. It helps to see the patterns and trends more clearly. Then we have getting to know the data. It is understanding what the data contains, the types of variables, ranges, patterns, unusual values. Lastly, we have deriving insights from data. We have to find meaningful conclusions. For example, why sales drop, which customers buy more, or which favors affect the results, which factors affect the results. Next, as the course is, as we all know, that the course is Python for data science. So the question arises, why do we need Python? Why specifically Python for data science? There are other languages as well out there, right? So, what are the advantages that Python offers? First one is it is easy to learn and read because Python syntax is very simple. It resembles English to a large degree, so beginners can understand and write code in Python without a lot of difficulty. Then we have huge collection of data science libraries like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Scikit-learn, TensorFlow. Python has ready-made packages that make tasks like data cleaning, analysis, and visualization very easy. Then we have strong community support. Millions of developers they use Python, so tutorials and help and solutions they're easily available if someone gets stuck. Next, Python works for everything. Python allows us to do everything in one place, like data analysis, machine learning, deep learning, automation, making it a complete, like a complete, it's a complete package. Next, we have integrates well with databases, cloud platforms, and other languages. Python is used. Python is used in finance, healthcare, tech companies, research, etc. And this makes our skills very highly useful in many careers. So this was it for the first video. Thank you for watching.